What's up, guys? Spenny. Good things always happen in threes. That's just the way the universe works, and the rule applies here. In the media landscape, Stephen Colbert has been fired and had his show canceled in total humiliation. PBS and NPR propaganda outlets have been shut down by Congress. They are now begging for scraps. We shouldn't have government-funded news in this country. It's insane. And now The View's been canceled. Oh, yeah. They're talking about it on air. Ladies and gentlemen, they're on the wrong side of the law. Let's dive in here. The View has had their audience cratered ever since, much like Stephen Colbert. They decided to take what was just a chit-chat talk show for bored women in the middle of the day and turn it into a political vessel to constantly attack, berate, bitch, and moan about modern-day politics. Somebody needs more of that, and it's led to a cratering of their ratings. That's always a bad thing, right? The View ratings shocker, as Harris Faulkner at Fox News is beating the witches of The View. In the noontime hour, The View has lost about half their viewership since they pissed off about half their audience over the last decade. But it gets a little deeper than this, and I just want to touch on this very quickly because The View is on ABC News. I want to talk about ABC News. There's a guy named Terry Moron is his name. And he decided to post this vengeful, vicious diatribe about Stephen Miller. He got his ass fired like within 24 hours for it. Now, it's not just because what he posted was dumb and silly and stupid, but probably emblematic of what every person who works in corporate media thinks of the Trump White House, is because he's legally not allowed to do this. Please allow me a second to explain. The reason why ABC, NBC, and CBS are free on your TV and Fox News is not, is because there is a broadcast licensure that was given to these networks 100 years ago when the governments set them up. And we can argue that all day, but that's just the way it is. There's a charter that allows them to broadcast with lavish privileges into American homes for free and make billions of dollars doing that. Other networks don't have that. I don't have that, of course, and never will. But these major networks do. Now, that comes with strings attached, as ever. The government never gives away anything for free. The government tells these broadcast networks that we will give you this pretty privilege if you broadcast in the public interest and deliver exclusively non-biased coverage that is expressly laid out in the charter. It's called equal time, right? So if you give Kamala Harris 5 minutes, you're going to give Donald Trump 5 minutes, and so on and so forth. Now, this is what has led to all of these news networks settling. Everyone screams, "Oh, how dare you do this for Trump?" Well, you have to, actually. If you want to keep these privileges, how many people do you think would pay for ABC News? How many people do you think would pay for NBC News or CBS? And the only reason these networks are so powerful is that they are able to broadcast freely, and then they get huge audiences based on the fact that you just turn on any TV in America, and there they are. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is something worth protecting. And the Trump administration is pressing down on this specific FCC requirement and saying, you're not going to just vomit political Democrat ideology into the faces of Americans for free, and we're going to sue you over it, and also we're going to strip away your licenses. In fact, the White House just today announced that The View could be canceled because of anti-Trump tirades that constantly happen on a daily basis because these broads on The View. And ladies and gentlemen, The View just admitted that they have been canceled. Very interesting. Okay, let's read. But that's the background, obviously. Does The View have any Republicans on the show? No, of course not. Is that equal time? Is that considered equal time or propaganda? Remember, The View is broadcast for free into your mom or grandmother's house every single day, and they abuse that by pushing partisan propaganda and not even giving the other side a chance to speak. White House spokesperson warned The View could be next on the chopping block after the latest tirade of Joy Behar. During the show, Behar and her fellow hosts responded to Trump's call for Barack Obama to be criminally investigated for manufacturing intelligence around Trump-Russia collusion narrative. First of all, who tried to overthrow the government on January 6th? Behar said in a raging meltdown. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's just part of it.
Well, first of all, who tried to overthrow the government on January 6th?
Wait, let me think. Who
was that again? That was not Obama. Okay, number one. You know, the thing about him is that he's so jealous of Obama because Obama is everything that he is not.
Yeah.
Trim. Smart. Handsome.
Happily
married, and can sing Al Green's song, Let's Stay Together, better than Al Green.
Yeah.
And Trump cannot stand it. It's driving him crazy.
Oh, because he can sing Al Green's song? That's what's driving Trump crazy? Really? You could argue that Donald Trump's more powerful now than Barack Obama ever was during his presidency. It's because of people like Joy Behar. Here's what the White House said. Joy Behar is an irrelevant loser suffering from a severe case of Trump's derangement syndrome. It's no surprise that the View's ratings has hit an all-time low last year. She should self-reflect on her own jealousy of President Trump popularity before The View becomes the next show to get pulled off the air. Now, that's a threat. And it's a threat with a lot of teeth behind it, as we have enumerated. Now, this has immediately led to something curious this morning, which is Joy Behar saying that The View is going off the air. Listen to this.
Before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Too late now.
So it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to tell people that the tide is turning. The tide is turning, and things are changing. I mean, the ultimate irony would be that Rupert Murdoch will take him down.
Yeah.
Fox News, who created the monster, will take him down.
Does that sound like broadcasting in the public interest, by the way, to you? Does that sound like the charter? Does that sound like a violation of the charter? You know, do they have anybody on the View set that is calling Obama a monster or Joe Biden a monster? White House warns The View could be canceled next. They have every right to cancel The View. Look at that. Goodness gracious. This is Taylor Rogers, who made the statement about The View. Hi, Taylor Rogers. Just followed you. Well done. Joy Behar announced that The View is going on hiatus. Now, by the way, this is after some pretty public reporting here that the executives at Disney are like, you need to shut up about Trump. You need to stop being so political. You're going to get us in huge trouble. Now, it's not because these guys love Trump. The View is now taking a break of the next show to get axed. First Colbert, now The View. Good things come in threes. There you go. We only have one more show after this. Well, what does that mean? Sure as hell sounded like Joy Behar was trying to give some type of, resistance messaging before getting completely rug pulled. This seems like a major win for humanity and common sense, says Donald Trump Jr. The Trump effect. The View is taking a break. This is their second to last show before we go on hiatus. Well. I mean, Colbert is canceled for the exact same reason. You have to show, in order to keep your broad. Otherwise, the government, careful when you accept goodies from the government. Nothing's ever free in this world. Everything comes with strings attached. And if you're going to sit there and accept the government goodies, well, they're going to eventually, people are going to say, wait a second, you're breaking the rules. You've created an entire propaganda network against us, and we're in power, and so we're going to take away your goodies. It's like that is the cycle of life, right? That's what's happening here. Don Jr. seems like a major win for humanity and common sense. Don Jr. was on The View just one time and did this. Called out Joy Behar, of all people, for wearing blackface. Joy Behar did wear blackface. And this is an all-timer legend clip. Legend move by Don Jr. Sad if they do cancel the show because we won't get any more moments like this.
Look at what's going on right now.
But I'm just saying to you that this is part of being president. I'm sorry.
19 minutes after inauguration. Come on, guys.
Part of being president is having a pair that can take whatever heat comes towards you.
I promise you, my father's got a pair, and no sitting president has taken the heat that Donald Trump has taken.
Bulldog.
Please,
That is bulldog. Yes. Stop. Go, Joy.
Okay. To her point, he also called Mexicans rapists. He made.
He's
Wait a
had
second.
some coming across the border, and that's a fact. Look at what's going on at the border.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Called some Mexicans rapists. He attacked the handicapped. He bragged about
also
it.
not true.
Listen, we heard the access. Hold on. We heard the access tape where he bragged about grabbing women by their genitalia. She's talking about, that's what Megyn is talking about. She's talking about lowering the discourse to his level, which is horrible for this country. Even if people are working, we don't want to have a country like that. Do you understand that?
We've all
They don't
done
like
things.
the vessel or the Samaritan, so they speak. But nevertheless, look at the result.
We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing a discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface. Whoopi,
No,
you
I
said
haven't.
that Roman Polanski.
I'm sorry, and don't.
You said that Roman Polanski, it wasn't rape when he raped a child. So let's talk about
let's
things.
talk
Come on,
about
that's
this. So
not
you
fair.
want to bring this up? The question came up.
I did not go in blackface, please.
No, she was not in blackface.
Thank you.
Sorry. Listen, being black, I recognize blackface. This I can say. Okay? I know it when I see it.
Back me up on that.
So now that you've broken this piece of ice, because I guess this is the fight you wanted.
It's not the fight I want.
Yeah, it is.
But if we're talking about character, if we're talking about these
things. Are you questioning my character?
I'm not questioning your character. I'm talking about you're questioning my father's character.
I'm
and
not,
I say,
I'm
we
sorry.
all have done
I didn't question anybody. I simply said that when you're talking about that your father's taken more heat than anybody else, that it's not so. Instead,
as a president,
as a president, yes,
ridiculous.
He's getting pressed.
I think the Central
Park 5 took a lot more heat than your father has taken at his hands.
Name a president who's taken more heat than my
everybody
father.
stop. Hold up.
President Trump.
We'll be right back.